Extract 1. Questions 1 to 12. For questions 1 to 12, complete the following notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Well, I've got these skin problems which seem to be getting worse. At first, I thought I had dermatitis or maybe even a fungal infection. I'd had something like that as a child. Then I started noticing these thick red areas on my skin. They're sort of a little raised, I guess. They just got worse, and the affected area got bigger and bigger all the time. I was a bit worried that it might be contagious, you know? I was worried I'd picked up something from one of my young nieces. I see them quite a lot.
And these patches are...
They're mainly on the outside of my elbow and over my kneecaps. Oh, and on my neck.
Right.
I've been wearing long-sleeved shirts and jeans to cover them up, but I can't hide those, so everyone can see them. They're also very painful. Sometimes it feels as if my skin's burning. It's very itchy as well. I try not to scratch it, but it's almost impossible, especially at night. Sometimes it's so bad that I find it hard to get comfortable and I can't sleep. It leaves me tired most of the time, and that has an impact on my work during the day, quite apart from the embarrassment of the symptoms themselves. I'm a tour guide, you see, so I'm very much in the public eye.
Yes, I imagine that it's been difficult for you. Have you tried taking anything?
Well, I tried to fix the problem myself at first. I bought some cream from the pharmacy to see if that would help. Sorry, I can't remember what it was called.
That's okay.
It didn't do any good anyway. So I tried a non-allergenic soap, but that didn't make any difference either. I just want to get something which will clear this up.
Yes, I understand. Are there any other health issues I should know about? Maybe when you were a child?
Not really. I used to get acne as a teenager, but no worse than anybody else, and it cleared up by itself, really. At the time, you're very aware of these things, aren't you? But I haven't had any other problems like that. But there was something else that I didn't tell my GP about. I'd forgotten about it because I hadn't been to see her about it. I went away on holiday with a friend the summer before last, and we managed to pick up scabies from one of the cheap hostels we stayed in.
Right.
I was covered in a rash. It was extremely irritating at night. Now I think about it, it was all over my body, especially around my midriff. It looked like I was covered in little pimples. Fortunately, we got rid of it using a lotion from the pharmacy, but I never mentioned it to my doctor.
I see. And any other health problems?
Oh, I did have a bladder infection a while ago, last year I think, but I haven't had any problems since then. Do you think that could have caused my current problem?
I shouldn't think so. You're probably aware that this is quite common, and I noticed that your GP sent away a urine sample for testing before referring you to me. The results are quite normal, so I wouldn't be concerned at all.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
Okay, well, as you say, it's different from your current symptoms. What about the effect your current problem is having on your general mood?
I'm just sick of dealing with this. It's really knocked my self-confidence a lot and affected my body image so that I don't go out much anymore. I have to go out to work, obviously, but I sort of keep away from people as much as I can. I think because everyone can see I've got a problem, it's stopped me from doing things like playing sport or swimming. I feel lonely most of the time and a bit depressed, if I'm honest. I'm also concerned that I haven't started any treatment at all. I'm hoping that it's not too late now.
I can appreciate your concerns. Now, what I'd like to do is give you a skin biopsy as soon as possible to see exactly what's going on. I think we can book you in for that early next week. Once we get the results, I'll be able to get you started on some...
Extract 2. Questions 13 to 24. For questions 13 to 24, complete the following notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
So I have your notes from the sports medicine clinic, and it looks as if you've had quite a few problems in recent years.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk me through them?
Okay. Well, the first time I got hurt was 2 years ago. I took a fall while I was rollerblading and I hurt my right wrist here on the side. So I didn't do anything right away, but next day I went and saw the doctor and they gave me an x-ray, but they said they couldn't see anything wrong and they just gave me some exercises to do.
Right.
Then a year ago, I hurt my right shoulder here when I came off my snowboard and hurt myself. That's never really gotten better.
And I understand you've had about 10 visits to the clinic over the last 2 years. So that's your right wrist and shoulder?
Mm-hmm. And other joints, too.
Tell me about this pain in your shoulder. Is there anything that makes it feel worse?
Well, I like to do a lot of exercise, but that definitely makes it worse. Like if I do a set of pull-ups in the gym or rowing, or if I'm using the free weights, pretty well any sort of exercise I do, I find the pain's pretty bad.
Right.
And it's not just when I'm in the gym, it's constant, all through the day. There's no fluctuation, so I never get a break from it. It's really got me down, and no one seems to know what to do about it. They've diagnosed various different things, and I have to lie on my left side at night, or the pain disturbs my sleep, so that's not easy.
So, apart from that, are you generally in good health?
I suppose so. But what I've noticed is that my right wrist sometimes feels cold,
Okay.
and there's no reason I can see for that. And the same for my left knee. It suddenly goes cold. It's very strange. When I told the doctor about that, he checked to see if the blood flow was okay, and it was.
Right.
And he asked if I felt any numbness there, but I don't.
Okay. That's quite strange. And have you had any medical problems in the past?
Well, the only thing really is, I used to have really bad acne. It started when I was about 13, and I got it on my face, and then it spread to my back, and nothing I did seemed to have any effect on it. Like, first, my mom went to the pharmacy, and she got this stuff I rubbed on. I can't remember the name. It was something peroxide.
Benzoyl peroxide?
Yeah, that's it. But that didn't do any good, so my mom took me to the doctor, and he gave me antibiotics, and they didn't do much either. Then I read this article that said it can be caused by your diet, and you should cut out dairy products. So I did that for a bit, but it just got worse. And it got so I didn't want to go out or anything. So then my doctor referred me to the hospital, and I saw a dermatologist. She was really nice, and she prescribed me some stuff that was much stronger, and that did have an effect for a bit, but I got really dry lips, and they started cracking and bleeding.
Okay.
And another side effect, well, she said she wasn't sure it was due to the medication, but I think it was. Every so often, I started getting this awful depression. So, in the end, I stopped taking anything, and it seems to have sorted itself out.
Yes, your skin looks fine now. Right, so let's have a look at this shoulder of yours. Can you take...